question and let's finish up. So here we go. The question asks, what is the area of the concrete sidewalk in square feet? All right, sounds good. Right there, area of concrete sidewalk in square feet. So area equals blank square feet. And again, we want to know the area of the concrete sidewalk. All right, sounds good. So now that we're here, the way that we're going to do this is just taking it nice and slow. I see the word area given to us, so that's a pure geometry word. So we're definitely going to be utilizing a formula here. Now let's understand how we're going to use that formula. We see that it says a square garden is surrounded by a square concrete sidewalk. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. So let's say we have a square right here. And then let's say we are going to copy you, put you right there, and then expand you right there. Perfect. So what we have is your garden on the inside, and then we are going to have our concrete on the outside. So right over here, let me grab gray. Let's change the color here one moment. And so everything out here, that's the sidewalk. So what we're really trying to do, my party people, we're really just trying to find this area. Not this, not the middle. We want the outside area. But what does this look like? What does this look like? It's a square surrounded by another square. So how are we supposed to find the area? Well, guess what? We can go ahead and find the entire area of the entire big square, but then just take away that inside part. So we need to find the area twice. We'll find the big area. We'll find the big area minus the little area. So for the garden, I'll just say garden area actually to make that a little better. So the garden area, and we'll have our answer. But how do we find that answer? Take a look at the information. We see that it says the inner perimeter of the sidewalk right over here, the inner perimeter, which borders the garden, is 60 feet. So that's a tricky one. This is an advanced word problem here because we know that going all the way around, not the area, but going all the way around is 60 feet. But the great thing about squares and their perimeter is that we have 4 sides that are the same. So what's the side of that square going to be? Well, you take your perimeter and divide it by 4 because you have 4 equal sides, and that's going to give you 15 feet per side. To get the area then of that small square, that is going to be 15 squared, 15 times 15, which is 225. So we have the area of the garden. The area of the garden is 225 square feet. Now, what's the area of the big part, the outside, the entirety of this property? Well, the outer perimeter of the sidewalk is 84 feet. So what they're telling us here is if you go all the way around here, 84 feet, all the way around. So what do? Excuse me, I wrote 8. Let's write 84. So how do we find that area based off of the perimeter? Well, that's going to be, and this is why this is an advanced word problem. Well, we know in green that the side is going to be divide that perimeter by 4, which is 21. And then the area is going to be 21 squared, which is going to be what? Well, 21 times 21, we can do this on the side over here. 21 times 21, 1 times 1, 2 times 1. Then we have 1 times 2, 2 times 2. Add those together, and we'll end up getting 441. So there we go. There's the area of the outer, the entire property. So now all we have to do, my party people, is this. All we have to do, and let me move this here so it's a little more organized. All we have to do here is take the 441 square feet, subtract the 200. All right, let's take a look here. The question reads, solve x minus 4 equals negative 1. So if you don't like working with negatives, I think that's going to be the very, very first issue that we're going to run into. Because when we take a look, everybody, let's go ahead and look at it together. We have x minus 4 equals negative 1. So let's practice this real quick before we get into the tougher questions. Everybody, if we have x minus 4, we see that it's subtraction. So the operation that we are currently looking at with our eyes is subtraction. So the opposite operation that we're going to perform, yeah, that's going to be addition. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and take care of that. We'll use opposite operation. So we will add on both sides, and we're going to add 4 because the goal again is to get rid of everything around the variable that we're looking for, the x that we're trying to find. So once we get after that, we cancel out the negative and positive 4, so we just have x by itself, which is exactly what we wanted. But now we have to think about what negative 1 plus 4 is. And if you're a little confused about how that's supposed to go, again, negative 1 plus 4 is the same thing as saying 4 minus 1. It's the same exact thing. All I did, because remember everybody, 1 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 1. You can swap those out. You just have to bring the sign with it. So since the 1 was negative and the 4 was positive, we'll have a positive 4, and then we'll have minus 1. So everybody, I think that makes things a lot easier, right? You tell me. Let me know if that makes things a little easier for you when it comes to understanding what negative 1 plus 4 is, because it's just going to be 4 minus 1, which is going to be 3, and that makes the correct answer here, answer choice C. And so again, not terrible, right? But we have to be secure in how we think about negatives and how we can identify operations.